Welcome to Camp David. Today, we've made history with the first ever standalone summit between the leaders of our three countries.
It's been 1 year since the historic U.S.-Japan Republic of Korea Trilateral Leaders Summit at Camp David. Let's look back at what was discussed a year ago and everything that has happened since.
Exactly a year ago today, the leaders of Japan, the Republic of Korea, supported by the United States of America, together took a historic step into the future.
I think this was the first very high-level attempt from the top of all three of our countries to demonstrate, and I think they did so successfully, how committed each country is to enhancing the cooperation between and among ourselves.
Prime Minister Kishida and President Yoon showed leadership. They showed courage, and most importantly, the vision when they stepped out from the shadows of the past to put the future of their two countries first. The months since President Biden hosted Camp David Summit, the two other leaders have exceeded everyone's hopes and expectations.
There was a wide range of topics discussed, but generally they pertain to our two most capable allies in the Indo-Pacific and Asia getting together and agreeing with us on where we should prioritize our efforts. And I believe the statement that came out said something to the effect of, we believe our trilateral partnership advances the security of the region, all our people, and the world.
So many people might think about trilateral cooperation in terms of the importance of military and self-defense cooperation or economic ties, but in fact there are a lot of things that happen at the grassroots level related to cultural and educational exchange, youth programs, and research collaborations. And I think that those things are essential to the future of the trilateral relationship.
By bringing together government, the private sector, academic institutions, and communities together, we're building a brighter future, not just for the three nations, but for millions around the world as well.
So at Camp David, the US ROK Japan Trilateral Global Leadership Youth Summit was announced, and we actually just held it in July of 2024 in Busan. It was an incredible event. The enthusiasm among the young leaders from our three countries was incredible. We also had some participants from Southeast Asia and the Pacific Islands, and what we saw was that the potential for the trilateral relationship is endless. It really shows the importance of these grassroots partnerships in supporting high-level trilateral issues as well.
Together, with the United States, Japan, and the Republic of Korea have embarked on a new era of cooperation and collaboration, united by a determination to preserve peace, promote prosperity here in the Indo-Pacific region. And inspired by the spirit of Camp David, our trilateral partnership has wasted no time in launching talks and initiatives on some of the most urgent challenges facing the region, and to be honest, the world as well.
So much of my job, I focus on the security side, and I think we see just increased cooperation in many, many areas. For example, trilateral information sharing on early warning when the DPRK does do a missile launch. Step by step, that process has improved, and we've really benefited from our allies' information, and hopefully vice versa as well. We've seen commitment follow through on the various high-level commitments that our leaders have done. We had, of course, our 2+2 meeting, which is bilateral with Japan, but the other premier reason that our Secretary of Defense came out to the region and to Tokyo was for Tokyo to host the first ever trilateral defense ministers meeting, the TMM, which was an amazing accomplishment in and of itself.
Since Camp David, nearly 70 trilateral exercises, high-level meetings, and summits to date we have held across the three countries. We're reinforcing regional security and stability every day.
The other side that I see is just the more creative side. For example, expanding the scope and the sort of tenor of our operations together, of our training together. I think a lot of people are realizing that there's incredible assets and capabilities in all three countries that benefit tremendously when we work together.
At the same time, we're making critical advancements in emerging technology, healthcare, green energy, the environment, and so much more. And in fact, just 6 months ago, Seoul National University joined the University of Chicago and Tokyo University in a collaboration and partnership on quantum computing, one of the most important fields that will unlock the future for not only the three countries, the three economies, but people worldwide.
Quantum is one key area, but there's other areas too where we're making great progress in economic security. So the economies of all three countries are closely linked. Therefore, the three leaders are focused on issues that will bring economic prosperity to all three countries. The three leaders reaffirmed their commitment to women's economic empowerment, including participation in the 2024 Women's Economic Empowerment Conference. Next up, the three countries will participate in the Trilateral Technology Leaders Program. So this program will train mid-level policymakers in key areas such as critical technology, semiconductors, cybersecurity, AI, space, just to name a few.
Because of Camp David, all of this was possible. President Biden, Prime Minister Kishida, and President Yoon came together and showed the world what was possible at the top level when they could collaborate.
This historic partnership, it's a symbol of what can be achieved when we move beyond the past, don't get caught by the past, but embrace the possibilities of what the future can provide. It takes leadership, it takes vision, and it takes determination to see it through. For all of us, this is just the beginning of a new future. All of us working together to show that dialogue and diplomacy can beat coercion and conflict. 1 year later, it's a new day.